Um, Hi. It's been a minute. I've been very busy. I know I set this goal for myself to have one video every week. Um, I'm very behind on that. I apologize. Again, I'm very busy. I am a college student. Also I have a microphone. I got it for like $2 and it works surprisingly. Did I just develop a stutter? Like, what is going on? It was like a couple dollars, but it works surprisingly well for how cheap it is, and it's super cute. Anyway, that's totally off topic. Well, I assume you already know what the Quiet situation is, but if not, I will give a very brief explanation. Quiet was accused of being a very nasty person by someone called Orion on Twitter, someone who he apparently used to be friends with and somewhat romantic partners with. But, Twitter did what it does best and acted an absolute fool, believing these accusations with zero evidence and going to attack Quiet. He was further accused for not responding in a timely manner because we all know the best thing to do when you're facing essay allegations is to have an emotional split-second reaction rather than taking the time to build up your side of the story in an organized manner. Anyway, about 3 weeks later, Quiet finally responds and everyone seems to calm down and realize, oh wow, this guy has a lot of evidence. Not only does it seem like he's not the disgusting person that Orion accused him of being, but it looks like most of the accusations are actually reflective of the supposed victim's own behaviors. So, now that people are apologizing and others defending their original take on the situation, I just have to ask, why did this even happen? Not only that, but why does this continue to happen? It's not like this is a one-off thing. This sort of thing happens all the time. Someone points an accusatory finger at a big creator and everyone jumps on the hate train. It really doesn't take much. I don't wonder why the accuser makes the allegation in the first place. The motivation seems pretty obvious. Clout. And on top of that, especially in this situation, revenge. Orion clearly resented Quiet for trying to move on and leave him behind. There's no way he expected that this mess would actually stick for a substantial period of time, especially when it seemed to be so easily proven false. I think Orion just wanted to inconvenience Quiet, because even if he's proven to be innocent, an allegation like that sticks with you. But why do we, the viewers, allow this to happen? Because an accusation like this means nothing if no one takes it seriously. The reason isn't actually that weird. People are afraid of being on the wrong side, and since the Me Too movement, siding with an abuser, even if you didn't know they were an abuser, is never a good look. And it's understandable. Besides, no one wants to believe that someone would dare lie about something as serious as SA. I literally saw a tweet saying, I believe Orion because no one would lie about this sort of thing. You should always believe an alleged victim, evidence or otherwise. In fact, asking for evidence is bad. Just believe them and stop supporting the accused individual. This mindset is just so ridiculous. Like, I don't know how naive you must be to believe that no one would ever lie about this sort of thing, because it's happened before. Let's talk about why we have the saying, innocent until proven guilty, and why this flip of the saying is so harmful. Honestly, I think it's insane that this even needs to be pointed out, but it clearly does. So, the whole concept of innocent until proven guilty is to prevent people from being falsely imprisoned for a crime that they didn't actually commit. Because unfortunately, humans are disgusting, and they will lie in order to harm another human. Or maybe someone is just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and police think that there's someone that they're looking for. They get a trial in order to defend themselves, because unless you're able to prove that someone committed a crime, you can't really punish them. I think the reason for this should be obvious. Imagine you watching this video, look at yourself, and you know who you are, you. Imagine you are minding your own business, and someone points a finger at you and shouts, OMG, that person's a murderer. You get arrested. No trial is allowed, and now everyone thinks you're a murderer, when in reality, you're innocent. You were just minding your own business. Like, why do they point a finger at you and say you're a murderer? I don't know, but you're a murderer now, and everyone believes it. Your name has been tainted, and your life is basically over. And for what? You didn't do anything. You were falsely accused. You weren't even given the benefit of the doubt. false accusations ruin people's lives. So many people have started throwing around guilty until proven innocent when it comes to SA, and they really do mean it. This only seems to apply to abuse and SA though, and not most other crimes. You already know that in almost any other circumstance, guilty until proven innocent would not fly. The only reason I point this out is because people who believe this way don't seem to have that attitude towards crime in general. Like, it really does feel like a moral high ground sort of thing. I'm gonna stand with the supposed victim no matter what, even if they're a liar. Which is a sentiment I've also seen. Like, I saw a comment that said something like, I'd rather stand with a supposed victim who lied than the accused who turns out to be innocent. Like, huh? Why? Why wouldn't you rather just wait? Just wait. If the accusation has, like, genuine evidence, which does happen sometimes, then it's fine to believe them, but otherwise, you can just wait for a response from the accused to get more information and form your opinion from there. Believe it or not, immediately going to berate and harass and further dox someone who was falsely accused just because you originally believed the victim does not make you look good, even if you were acting in good faith, which I don't think is possible when you're harassing and doxing someone. So, whatever. I know it's easy to get out of hand on Twitter and become an absolute monster, but I'm gonna repeat something I've seen over and over. Just think before you tweet. Like, actually think. Use that brain God gave you. You have it for a reason. Use it. And allegations like this don't just hurt the accused. Real victims are put in terrible situations because of this stuff. First of all, it's just really horrible to have experienced SA and then see someone who supposedly dealt with the same thing just to realize it was a lie. Like, that's already horrible as it is. It makes a mockery of the actual issue at hand. But that's not the extent of the damage. When an allegation turns out to be false, it puts doubt in the minds of the people who previously believed it, and it further pushes people who didn't believe it in the first place to remain skeptical, if not outright dismissive of future allegations. Remember James Charles? There were allegations against him originally that were totally blown out of proportion and portrayed him in a bad light, and once people realized that wasn't really the case, people forgave him and became skeptical of future allegations. While most people do seem to agree now that he's a gross individual who doesn't belong on the internet, he still has a fan base, and he still makes videos to this day. I guess you can't be cancelled if you don't care and you just continue to upload, but I definitely believe that the impact of the later allegations were diminished by the previous false ones. False allegations means that actual disgusting people will be more likely to be spared even with actual evidence, and future victims are less likely to be believed because people are already on edge and questioning victims. It's already hard enough to come out with an actual story of abuse, but it's even harder when people keep making false allegations. I remember seeing some people come out with allegations shortly after the Amber Heard situation, and people just straight up said, nah, you're probably just like Amber Heard, making false allegations while you're the actual abuser. Like, you shouldn't just automatically jump on the hate train when someone makes an allegation, but you also shouldn't be so quick to pull an Uno reverse on the alleged victim. Staying silent and open-minded is always an option. Oh, but not on Twitter. Honestly, I really don't know what it is about that app. Nuance just flies out of the window over there. There were creators being harassed for not saying anything about the situation at all, because they were just waiting for Quiet's response before they gave their opinion. You know, like a logical person who wants to hear all sides of the situation. Like, people just need to learn to chill out and wait. Have some patience. Genuinely. I feel really terrible for Quiet, honestly. Like, he was lied about, first of all. His face was doxxed. Like, him being anonymous was like his whole thing, and now his face is out there for all to see. People were quick to insult his appearance once his face was out there, which is just so annoying. Like, I don't know what else to call it. It's really annoying. I feel the same about the Amber Heard case. Like, people were calling her ugly, which that's not even true. She isn't ugly. She's not an ugly woman at all. People just want an excuse to show their own horrible nature and justify it by directing that behavior at someone who supposedly deserves it. In reality, though, you're just a bully. I don't really care who it is you direct your hateful words towards. You're still being a bully. And it also takes away from the actual point being made against someone. Like, what does someone's physical appearance have to do with the apparent crimes and horrible deeds they've committed? It doesn't add anything to the conversation. It just muddies the original point. It also pushes this idea that attractive people can't be disgusting individuals. Like, I don't care how hot you are, you can be a terrible person as well. It also harms just random people who look about as attractive as the person in question who's being berated. I've seen people being compared to Dream appearance-wise who, oh my god, can we please stop saying that Dream is ugly? He's literally not. Shut up. But anyway, people are calling him ugly, and then people get compared to him as an insult. And even if someone isn't being compared to him, if they think they're on the same level of attractiveness as him, but then see everyone else insulting his appearance, that's gonna make them feel bad about their own appearance. I guess this point is a little less serious compared to everything else, but it's still just something that bothers me, and I figured I'd cover all my little nitpicks when it comes to situations like this. Overall, my point is that false allegations like this, as well as the public picking sides before all the info is out, doesn't just harm the people directly involved. It harms everyone. Please, for the love of God, use your brain. Understand nuance. Petition schools to have a class in common sense. Something. Anyway, that is all.